Lost to be found by someone to save you when you're down. Yes, I'm bored when it's bright out. So bored when it's bright out. 4 to 5 a.m. takes me to a place where I fit in.
Let's jump right into it. 5 minutes of pronouncing the name of the beer.
Yes. Wise up.
Yeah.
Adam, you brought this to us. It looks like there's red light logos on it.
You're correct, sir.
Thank you. This is the Meisels Weise Hefeweizen, 5.4 ABV.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about it, Adam. Tell us about it, bruh.
I didn't have a full glass of this last time I was over there, but Red Light just got their growlers in.
Yeah.
So I was like, I should probably get one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I got a taste of it,
Yeah.
and we don't normally do Hefeweizens
Hefeweizen.
in this podcast. But this one's really good. It's
Yeah.
sweet. We'll give a full review at the end of this podcast. So
Yeah.
I don't want to say too much, but it's pretty good. So
All right. Let's fucking do this,
All right.
man. Yo, Dick.
I'm here. Thanks for the introductions, Mark.
No, fuck you. We don't do introductions anymore. Don't you remember?
No.
not for people that throw stuff.
Yeah. Especially not for that.
Meisel Weisel half
Buddy is
Weisel.
here. Sports with Dave.
Meisel Weisel.
Bump that.
Mm.
Thank you, good sir.
That was pretty douchey.
I know it was. It was messed up.
All my hopes and dreams just disappeared at that moment. Oh, why you do that to
Here,
me?
you deserve this. I missed.
I'm gonna pour myself a glass.
You go ahead and do that.
You earned it.
Yeah, I earned it.
All right, ladies, can we clink it up?
Oh my god.
That was thunderous.
It was.
Man.
It's a very heavy growler.
I love the Hefeweizen.
Ich liebe das.
Exactly.
I like.
All right.
Moving on though.
Cool. Let's move it on. Yeah, we haven't come together for a little while. There's been so much has gone on.
Officially.
Yeah.
New
Right.
digs.
Right. Huh?
New digs.
New
New
digs.
digs.
New
Anybody
digs.
who's watching the podcast, you can see we're in a brand new
That's right.
studio.
It's our first one in this place.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It feels good. I
Yeah.
feel like way more comfortable. Is that weird? I mean, like in the middle of that, in the living room at the old house.
No, it's because we have a designated space for it now.
Right. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. This is like built for this. It feels good.
We're built for this, Marco.
Damn right we are.
Wow.
that was intense.
Thank you.
Wow.
Wale.
Guala Guala.
Oh.
Gullah Gullah Island.
All right.
That's what I say. So I want to start this podcast off with a pretty fun topic. I feel like we sometimes get a bit deep, a little dark, a little heavy, a little negative.
Get to the point.
Okay.
I like to ramp up for a while before I lay it on you.
All right.
But you know, us all living here together, you know, we obviously share the same common space when we're cooking. We have the same ingredients and stuff.
Wait, what?
That too. But
Speaking of which, you need a new one.
my toothbrush is loud, but it's very effective.
It's
You see these
obnoxious.
things?
Wait. You have one of those automatic toothbrushes?
Oh yeah.
I can hear
It's
it.
like old.
Oral B.
Is it one of
Baby.
those like big ones?
Yeah.
No, it's actually not a big one. It's kind of small, but it's loud as fuck.
Yeah.
It's
The base is big.
probably doubles as a vibrator for him.
Probably.
Yeah. I was never a fan of those things.
Vibrators?
Well, that, yeah. And also toothbrushes.
Well.
I'm not a fan of toothbrushes at all. No, the electric ones, because they touch your teeth. I don't know how you can handle
That's
it.
what toothbrushes do.
No, shut your face.
They touch your teeth.
They like grab and then like vibrate everything.
Yeah, it gets the evil out.
Yeah. Look at his teeth.
He's got nice teeth.
Little baby teeth.
Oh.
I get that a lot actually. It's funny you said that. Little
With your small teeth?
I got little baby teeth. Yeah.
You do have small teeth.
Well,
All right, continue.
It's
Sorry.
such a
yeah,
nice
so-
smile, though.
thank you. As I was saying, we share a lot of the same common ingredients, and you know, I noticed everybody has a different preference of hot sauce, and obviously Gavin's biggest one is Cholula. He loves the Cholula, and he's brought me into the love of the Cholula as well.
Cholula's good.
Cholula is very good. I tended before we lived together to do more Tabasco, and I'm just wondering, because there are so many varieties, what is your favorite type of hot sauce?
It's different.
Marco's like, well, Adam, depends on my meal.
Yeah.
I have them categorized.
I mean, I guess, what, does sriracha not count?
Well, I think sriracha counts. I'm just saying, I asked this question because I feel like it says a lot about a man.
You think?
I think so.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
I know.
What if I don't like hot sauce?
I mean, I'm not
think
going to say
he's-
anything.
Are you
else.
saying I've become of age because now I do like hot sauce?
I mean, maybe. I might be saying I'm proud of you for the first time in my life.
What the fuck up? You gotta make me cry.
Cats in the cradle and the silver spoon.
Answer the question, Marco.
I would have to probably go with
The basketball player.
what? Oh, that would have been good. That would have been good. Add one.
I got it.
Sauce.
I got it.
All right. Okay. My dad, he used to grow what I think are Scotch bonnet peppers in a bush in the backyard.
Okay.
My grandma used to make her own hot sauce with that. It was probably the spiciest hot sauce I've ever had in my life. It tasted good,
Yeah.
but like you couldn't finish a meal with it.
Is
It
that-
almost became a challenge of trying to eat a spoonful of it.
Is that the one that you said, that one I got that's like a Caribbean one? You said it reminded you of it? It's like yellow.
Yeah.
It's
It's like a yellow orange.
a little tang to it, but it's really hot at the
Yeah.
same time.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of curry flavor in there.
My grandma would make her own. So, and then she would put it in everything. So like, I don't know why, but it was almost like torture. She would put it in things that like base meals that, you know, you would eat to,
Survive.
right. But stuff that like, if something was spicy, somebody would tell you like, eat that, it'll help. Like in the milk, she would put it in the, I'm kidding, she didn't put it in the milk. But she put it in mashed potatoes. Who makes mashed potatoes as spicy as possible?
Guyanese
Rice was, yeah. Curry, obviously.
I like spicy rice.
Spicy
Yeah,
rice is good,
spicy
yeah.
rice is good.
I do that.
So I guess I would have to say the taste of that was probably my favorite, but the one that I go back to now is sriracha,
Okay.
which I guess is like a stereotypical choice. You know, they have a documentary on sriracha.
Yeah.
Blew up.
They have a sriracha beer.
Yeah, they have a sriracha everything. It's
They
kind
do.
of
They do. It's a very fashionable.
it's a strange thing for a condiment to be in the
That
now,
famous,
in
yeah.
the zeitgeist.
Yeah.
A fucking spice.
You know you want a t-shirt. Wow.
Sorry, it's
the sound
that
of
came out
Germany.
of nowhere. But yeah, no, it's sorry. It's a very strange thing for a condiment to be a pop culture thing.
Yeah.
It's very strange to me, at least.
I feel like Tabasco almost had that for a while. You know, like Tabasco, I feel is the classic hot sauce.
Yeah.
You know,
And also Crystal's hot sauce
Yeah.
in the
Crystal's,
Gulf
yeah.
Coast.
Crystal's hot sauce.
Yeah,
In
it's
New
good.
Orleans, it's like really big and really good. It's probably my second favorite.
Yeah, Crystal's good.
yeah.
Never heard of it.
Pairs well with fried chicken.
Oh,
Yeah, it does.
oh.
That's very good. You never heard of Crystals?
No.
It's good stuff, bro.
No.
Good stuff. Gotta get that.
Yep.
Dave?
I started on a Tabasco Chipotle because that had enough smoky flavor
That is good, yeah.
Yeah.
and not too much spice, but spicy enough for me to like it and enough to handle at the time. And then I kind of graduated up. That's Crystals. Nice.
Yeah.
Do you
White
prefer
label.
the smoky flavor
I do.
of
yeah.
like a Chipotle and
Yeah, especially like I had it at Chipotle, so it paired
Yeah.
nice with the barbacoa.
barbacoa and fire?
But no, now I don't think I have a favorite yet. I'm kind of still searching,
Okay.
but I do like the Chipotle, the Tabasco Chipotle. I like the Cholulas. I like the Srirachas.
Cholulas are good.
I don't like anything over like just mean spicy.
Just
There's no
painfully hot.
flavor. It's just hot.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I guess there's a whole culture behind that, trying to get a hot sauce as spicy as you can.
Yeah, the ghost peppers and all that.
But it's just
Yeah,
I
fuck
don't know.
ghost
It just
peppers.
seems just unnecessary.
Shots fired.
People recording themselves eating them
Yeah.
and then like almost dying on the video.
Yeah, the first time I saw a guy eat a ghost pepper was on YouTube, and his face was getting flushed. He was sweating.
Yeah.
He had to stop recording because he had to go to the emergency room.
Oh God.
It's not. I don't get that whole
It's
culture.
the entire premise of Hot Pepper Gaming.
What?
They do the reviews of the video games while eating a hot pepper.
That's dumb.
That sounds funny though.
It's probably
It's pretty
funny.
good. It's pretty good. I like it.
It's dumb.
Taco Bell fire sauce.
Oh yeah, that's where I started. Taco Bell mild sauce.
That's right.
The
Baby
the
steps.
very bottom.
Yeah.
That's-
Started
yeah,
from the
that's
bottom.
That's
Now
baby
I'm
steps
here.
right there. And I've actually tried to, in my fat boy stages, which is, concurrent with whatever's going on right now. I like to find whatever like mainstream place has a spicy thing and try to see how spicy it actually is.
Nah, I've never heard you I never heard you eat one and then be like, this is really good, really, really spicy.
It's not spicy.
You
I've
eat
never,
it and you just shake your head at it.
No.
Yeah, every time I try
Disappointment.
I'm always disappointed. There's never been anything that was spicy to me where I was like, I get it. This is pretty spicy.
I think you have to go to like actual ethnic restaurants to get that.
Oh yeah. But I'm talking about mainstream fast food franchises.
Yeah, no, you're not gonna get there.
Because they're always talking shit about it. Like even now they have a ghost pepper burrito at Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Doubt it's actually made with ghost peppers, or if it is, it's made with like the skins, like a
Yeah.
fraction of what you would actually get from it.
Can we get one and like film you eating it?
Yeah.
Review that?
What, an actual ghost pepper? Fuck
No.
you.
I'm talking about the burrito.
Yeah. I'll
Yeah.
eat that on the podcast.
I can see that being a side series, just
Just-
forcing Marco to eat spicy stuff,
Letting Mark.
like allowing
Yeah.
him,
That's more accurate.
paying for Marco to eat spicy stuff by his own free will. I would have to go probably with Tabasco, just
Yeah,
because it's
or the
versatile.
original.
It's versatile. You can do many things with Tabasco, and you only need to put a little bit to get the flavor. You're good to go.
Yeah.
I'm a big sriracha fan as well. I really like Cholula too. That's sort of my chill out ones.
Yeah,
They're
Cholula's
that
not really spicy. It's more
not.
flavor.
No,
for
it just
me.
tastes really good.
Yeah, that's a good
I
point.
like having the Cholula. Like if we go to like an IHOP or something, they always have Cholula on the table. So it pairs well with like breakfast for
Breakfast,
some
yeah.
reason, like home fries, some,
It's got
potatoes.
more oils in it.
It has what?
It's the balance of oil to vinegar is more in the Cholula, I think, towards the oil side.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Good topic.
Honorable mention for Frank's
Red Hot.
Frank's Red Hot
Frank's Red Hot.
I'm not a big buffalo,
buffalo
fan.
sauce.
Not a big buffalo fan
I
still.
love.
No, I don't like buffalo.
I
Nah.
love buffalo.
Yeah.
It's just basic. Because it might be because I know what it is. And it's not healthy at all.
Oh no,
No,
It's
butter
just
and
butter,
hot sauce.
Yeah, and Tabasco, and that's it.
Yeah.
just butter. That those wings that I made when you guys came over,
Mhm.
that was that plus more butter. So just imagine that.
Wonderful.
That's why my heart's been hurting.
Just so you guys know. Yeah, that was months ago and your heart's still. Fuck. Oh, I get it now.
What are you doing to me?
Yeah.
All right. Well, moving on.
Neat.
Move right on.
Well, I guess to go to a more serious subject, we'll talk about a man called the Fat Jew.
We're not gonna do it.
No.
I'm not gonna
No.
make the joke.
Okay.
It's just it's an alley oop, and
Yeah.
I just don't like how easy.
I don't
it
like
is.
the self-deprecating thing.
So
Nah.
the fat,
You're just handing it to us. I don't
I
want
like
it.
it. Not handing it off and pushing
You
it back.
sleazy.
Yeah.
the
Hot
Fat
potato.
Jew
Back to you.
is
Back to you. Fat
is the
Jew.
internet name
I still did it.
of Josh Ostrovsky, and this guy. I mean, you see thousands of these pages on the internet.
Yeah, funny people.
Yeah, it's funny because you see a lot of these things as Facebook pages of like characters of movies, not the actual actors.
Yeah.
Or like fan pages.
Yeah.
It's basically a page in which they collect content from other places of the internet and steal it from people that actually create this content.
Yeah.
And crop out the person's name to not credit them and put it out as their own.
Yeah.
And a lot of times these people get, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of subscribers and turn it into lucrative deals like this guy did.
Yeah, the Fat Jewish, he He's sitting at 5.7 million followers on Instagram.
Yeah.
I didn't check his Twitter account. I don't know. How
Yeah,
many he's got.
and there's another account, Fuck Jerry.
Yeah, fuck Jerry as well. Yep.
Yeah, there's Banksy's blog. No relation to Banksy himself.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So this has been a problem on the internet, especially on Twitter is kind of where the main crux of this thing even started. I guess,
Stealing tweets is a lot easier.
yeah, just the nature of Twitter makes it more susceptible to be able to steal these things and like crop out somebody's name.
Yeah.
So the big news this week has been that comics have been getting very upset at this, obviously, because this is their livelihood.
Yeah.
And they don't have as many followers necessarily, especially these up-and-comers.
Yeah.
And they're struggling now because, you know, these people with actual talent are getting shafted because some guy takes their work and appropriates it for themselves.
Yeah.
And doesn't credit them with it.
Yeah.
So this guy was able to make lucrative deals. He almost had a deal with Comedy Central, which was dropped because, you know, he's a hack. But this guy is profiting off of not being funny, but being, I guess, an aggregator of this content.
Right.
And just being able to collect it faster than anybody else, I
Yeah.
suppose.
Okay.
I'm really interested in what Comedy Central saw in him to begin with.
A fan base.
And that's it?
A built-in fan base.
I mean,
that was probably it.
And a
I guess
crazy
that's it.
haircut.
Why is it such a big issue when it's one person, but when an entire website does it? I'm looking at you, BuzzFeed.
9gag.
9gag. Well, 9gag is user submitted,
I mean,
whereas
people still-
BuzzFeed
they
is
still-
is people writing these posts.
Yeah.
Well, it's. I think the issue comes from the fact that now he's profiting off of it. Nobody said anything a year ago when he was building this fan base. For one, I found it convenient to have accounts like Fuck Jerry, Banksy's blog, and
Right.
and the Fat Jewish, because it was just an easy. You go to one spot and you've got all these funny pictures and stuff. I didn't think it was a
All the
big deal
funnies.
until
Yeah.
I learned that he was actually making money, and you know, so I read somewhere that he makes like a couple $1,000s off of appearances, and it's like, why? He just shows up somewhere and then he pulls out his phone. He's like, look at all this shit I got right here. Look at this. Like, what is he?
Oh, here's a funny picture.
It's like he doesn't fucking do anything, and I didn't have a problem with it when he was just an aggregator of funny content, even
Right.
though he was stealing it. But that's what the internet is based on, and
Yeah.
that's always been his response whenever someone challenges him on it. He's like, you know, that's what the internet is. It's just basically a pool of people putting stuff out there, and you know, just other people reposting it. It's like, yeah, but no.
Right.
Because on the one hand, it's like, yeah, that is the internet, but on the other hand, it's like you can easily credit these people. You
Right.
know where you're getting your content from.
And he wasn't doing it until he got called out on it. And
Right.
now he's committed to making sure everybody, even the ones that he's done in the past, these thousands of posts he's done, he's going
Yeah.
through and trying to credit everybody that it's from. He knew it was wrong from the get-go.
Yeah, he should have just done it from Jump Street. He wouldn't have this problem.
It's because he got caught.
Yeah,
That's it.
And now I love that all these comics are just in his shit for it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like he's been around for a while. Nobody
Yeah.
was saying anything until
It's been years. I remember.
yeah.
when
He
I
got
first heard of him.
the reason that it's so big now, because I was wondering about it too. He signed a deal with an agency, CCA, Creative Something Agency or whatever, and that's where all this is coming from. Because people are like, you know, it wasn't that big a deal when he was just, you know, I mean, it was a big deal that he was stealing people's content,
Right.
but it wasn't like he wasn't harming anybody. I guess he was just a fucking thief, which I mean, there's plenty of those.
Yeah.
But now that he's, you know, quote unquote, taking someone's spot at this agency to do what? To bring what to the table?
Right.
You know? They give, Comedy Central gives shows to people all the time. Daniel Tosh used to have that bit where when he went to commercial, the way he would come back is, we'll return with more, and then it was a show that Comedy Central had canceled.
Yeah.
That was his bit for like 4 or 5 seasons until he ran out of shows to parody. So that's how many shows that Comedy Central is just throwing at people.
Right.
So I don't really put much credence into Comedy Central giving him a show, because they'll give a show to fucking anybody. They gave a show to Michael Ian Black. Shots fired. Pow, pow. I don't think Michael Ian Black's very funny.
What was it called?
At least he writes his own shit.
What was it called?
That's true. Michael Ian Black show? Black on Black, I think. There was another guy in it.
I thought you were just saying it was called Michael Ian Black Show.
No. I think if I'm not mistaken, him and
Louis
Louis
Black?
Black had a show together, and it was Black on Black.
That
if I'm
sounds
not
horrible.
mistaken. I like Louis Black.
Louis
He's pretty
Black,
funny.
yeah,
Louis Black's
But
funny.
Michael Ian
Ian
Black, not fan.
Oh, well.
Not fan.
Different strokes.
He's a talking head on you like Michael Ian Black?
I'm looking at
Seen some stuff
Gavin's.
he's alright in.
I'm looking at Gavin's face. I think he might.
You
disagree.
like Michael Ian Black?
I'm not as familiar. I know who he is, and I remember seeing him on old shows where he was a small part, but I don't know of any, I haven't watched anything that's completely his material.
He's made me chuckle a couple
Yeah,
times.
he's had a lot of good side parts, I feel.
I'm not saying he's completely unfunny,
Right.
but I would
He's
not
a good.
pay for
He's a good
special.
character actor. On his own stand up. I'm not crazy
Yeah, I'm
about.
not gonna watch his whole. I mean, I have.
I'd
so
watch.
I'm not a fan.
In the same sense that I'd watch a Fred Armisen show, but not his stand up.
Huh.
Okay.
That's strange.
Why you think?
But I get
have you
it.
seen his stand up?
Have I seen Fred Armisen stand up?
Yeah.
No, I've never watched him do stand up. He's not funny?
Not to me.
I mean, he seems to be banking on the whole quirky,
Hipster,
hipster kind of
weird,
thing that he's got going
racially
on with Portlandia.
ambiguous.
He made all his money as Pullout King.
Doing
Yeah.
what?
On the Pullout
King.
I don't know that bit.
Yeah.
I gotta look it
Gotta
up.
watch it.
Watch Portlandia, search for the Pullout King.
No,
Okay.
I'm the Pullout King.
It's awesome. It's such a good bit. But anyway, back to the point. I mean, I think you're right about the internet, that it's sort of, that's the nature of the beast, but at the same time, it's so easy to credit these people. And if you have that stage and you are taking these people's works, I mean, you owe it to these people to actually have the talent to display them on your thing, so that maybe they'll become a fan of this person, and that will help the people that are helping you. You know, I find it super offensive that this guy would take the time out to cut out somebody's name from their own work and make it as their own.
Yeah,
You
the
know?
time to do that is very.
Like a tweet that he just crops,
Yeah.
and people don't have the
Or a
sense
picture
Or
to
what he'll
notice
do is
that.
what he'll do is if somebody tweets something funny, he'll take the tweet and then he'll put it into a word processor and then just have. Have you ever seen those? It's just a picture and it's just text.
Oh yeah.
He'll do that with a tweet, so
Right. He'll make it a
remove
meme.
Everybody, and he'll make it a meme. So it's just that.
All right.
So
So
he'll-
he'll post it to Instagram and then post it to
Yeah,
Twitter.
Exactly.
Yep. So I mean, I think that's why it got my goat so much, because I mean, I write things on the internet for a living, and
I steal them.
Yeah, well, good to know.
Yeah.
You'll be hearing
Check
from my
his
lawyer.
Twitter account. All your shit.
Everything.
All your tweets, bro.
It's on the Bad Obesius page.
That would be amazing.
Sure. I didn't know this entire time.
There was a Gav. You probably didn't know about this. There was a Bad Obesius page that I ran for a while, and it was just the most evil shit with just Adam's picture on it.
I think it was a picture of me with a cigarette in my mouth. Yeah. We can link to that so people can see.
I remember
what
my very
we're talking
first one was "I'm single, bitches, and I ain't fat no more."
about. That's right. That's
good.
That's right. But anyway, to kind of wrap this up.
Well, I mean, you like you were saying, you're a creative person. You write things on the internet.
Yeah.
We're all creative people. We're making this podcast and trying to fill it up with content. Imagine if somebody that's not okay. Imagine if somebody took our topics, and just took some of our quotes.
But here's the thing, though. What the guy did is fucked up. Easily could have credited the authors of the original material. Took the time to not do that. But you also can't copyright everything that comes out of your mouth and everything that goes on the internet. You can't do it because then there's no words left to say.
But
That's right, guys. You can't just copyright everything that comes out of your mouth, because eventually there's just no words to say.
I would counter that with yes, you can.
Well,
You can copyright tweets.
Twitter's doing that. Twitter's allowing comedians to put up lawsuits against people that steal tweets.
Sure.
Yeah.
Which is the point. It's not every single word that comes out of somebody's mouth, but if somebody puts words together that create a joke and a punchline, or setup and a punchline, and then this fucking asshole steals it,
Yeah.
then
It's
he
the
needs to be
same
punished for
as
it.
stealing anything else from somebody. That's their work. That's their lifeblood.
I don't think that this is a slippery slope. If somebody makes a joke, and then somebody else sees that joke and then posts it on another website, and we can track who was the first person to say this joke,
So
that person needs credit.
I could never then go on Facebook and take that joke that I just read from one of my favorite comedians and send it to one of my friends.
As long as you credit it, you can do that. You need to credit it. You need to give people
You're not,
credit.
and you're not making money off of it either.
Right.
By sending it to one person.
If you're making money,
Right? Yeah, and that's the other thing, right?
I think it should be another thing.
Yeah.
I think you have to claim that it's your original work for it to be libel. Well, it wouldn't be libel, but it would be theft.
But again, that's the point, though. No one had a problem with this guy. I mean, there was people who had a problem with it, but it wasn't on this wide a scale until he started making money off of this stuff.
Yeah.
He's a thief. He's a hack. He doesn't do anything on his own. You know what's funny is, like 6 months ago when I heard who this guy was before all this was happening, I looked him up to see if he did anything.
Yeah.
Like I went through
Outside
his
of that.
Instagram for like a couple minutes.
Yeah.
But and I couldn't find anything that he had actually done.
Yeah.
And then I was like, why does he have so many fucking followers? This doesn't make any sense. It kind of blew my mind a little bit until I realized, like, oh, this is where everybody gets those things that they post on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter.
Right.
He's the guy who pulls, he's a curator. That's what he calls himself.
And honestly, that's true.
No, it is. It is. But at a museum, those guys get paid for their art and they get credit for their art.
So are you saying then you wouldn't disagree with someone saying that he should be paid? He should be paid a curator's wage?
No,
No.
I don't think so.
If
Not
he was,
unless- I
if he
mean-
was to say, I am merely the guy that's organizing the work of these people, you don't think he should be paid
If
a
those
curator's
people
wage?
asked him to do that, then yes, he deserves to get
If
paid
they
for
work
that.
out a
But if
deal.
he's just stealing their stuff and then just putting their name there and then making his own profit off of that, then no, he doesn't deserve anything. He deserves a swift kick in his fat ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said it.
Yank
Fat you.
on
Shots
his
fired. Blah, blah. Give a fuck. What?
So yank on his ugly ass ponytail.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about. Like, he's
Wait,
already,
what?
like, huh?
He has a ponytail?
Yeah, he does.
You have to look up a picture of this guy. Yeah, go ahead and look up a picture of him. Like,
We'll put one here.
He is a funny-looking person, and then he pulls funny shit together, and that's like his whole shtick.
Right. And I mean,
Generation.
Yeah.
I wanted to say, getting to my point of saying that I am somebody that makes things on the internet is also to say that it's okay to curate content and to, be a person that takes things in from the internet and then reflects it out, but you have to make it your own too. Like I can take an article that I read in Time and give my opinion based on facts I found in that article and give credit where credit's due.
Right.
At the very end of that article, or within the text itself, you can hyperlink to that person's article that you're
Right.
referencing. Like that's not only good, poise, but it's important legally.
Yeah. But if you're gonna walk
Ethically,
around
too.
and call yourself a comedian, then you need to come up with your own jokes. That's it. I mean, it's age old. That's why people like Dane Cook get ripped apart, Carlos Mencia. Fucking like, if you're not coming up with your own shit, then get the fuck out. There's guys who are hilarious who are coming up with their own stuff. I couldn't even fathom trying to write an hour's worth of stand-up material. I've tried to write 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I was just
work.
like, this one joke is funny. Where do I go from here? That's it.
Yeah, it's hard
So-
enough for these people, and I think just
It has to be incredibly frustrating
It's
for a guy to
disgusting.
see his joke somewhere and go, I came up with that.
well, not only that, but seeing his likes and like his attention on
Yeah.
that joke as like maybe
All these people who are like, oh my
50
god,
people?
that Jew's hilarious.
And then
it's like, no, I'm hilarious.
he does
I
this-
wrote that.
He does the same thing and gets hundreds of thousands of likes.
Yeah.
And it's like, come
Now
on.
he does, I don't know if you saw, but he does, companies will pay him to post just their product on his Instagram. They'll pay him thousands of
Yeah.
dollars just to say, I use Clorox cleanup.
But see, that's the thing. When we all took part in this social media movement, we opened the door for things like that, where now the people that have all the power and leverage are just the people who have the most followers.
Yeah.
And that's why he is not a cockroach that's just stomped immediately. It's actually hard for them to do much about.
Yeah.
This guy's a clown.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I mean, look at that.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
And then you ask him, I would love to say, hey, how about you go to like the Comedy Cellar and do about 5 minutes? Like, give us something.
Yeah.
Not just that bullshit where he dresses weird and has a weird haircut. You're so funny. It's not. It's. Ugh.
This
This makes me sick.
Yeah, no.
Like, get the fuck off my TV,
There's
man.
a difference between a comedian and a clown.
Yeah, he was on Ridiculousness. He was a guest on there, and I was like, why? What does he do? And then the whole time, it was just cringe worthy. It was just like, it's not funny. It's just this makes me uncomfortable. When Rob Dyrdek is carrying the jokes, it's just kind of like, okay, you know where you're going with this. Yeah, it sucks. But I mean, nobody's making a big deal about the Fuck Jerry account. Fuck Jerry credits people though.
Yeah.
So that's the difference. Yeah, if you just go on there, he credits people, and that's the difference. If he was crediting people from Jump Street, people probably would have still been up in arms because he's making so much profit off of this stuff. But I don't think it would be this bad.
No, it wouldn't.
Especially since he hasn't commented on it.
Because then he would be an actual curator.
No, he has commented on it, and it's just been pitiful. It's just been.
Well,
him.
I mean,
Fuck Jerry?
since he Fat Jewish. Since he got that deal, he hasn't said anything since then. Since all these like stand-up comedians have been going for his throat, like they've asked him about it in the past, and his answer has been pretty pathetic. But,
no, I've seen him recently I think I did a little bit of research. I saw on his own Facebook page, he's like, hey, had a tough week. Here's a blog on how I feel about it. And
did you read it?
I didn't read it. No, I couldn't bear it. But I read an article in which they cite responses that he's given the press about, why didn't you credit people? Why did you crop these things out? Why did you take the time? And it's not just him. It's like a team of people that do this.
Yeah.
So
that's even worse. He's got a team of people. He's not even doing anything. He's literally just this fat guy with a weird haircut.
Yeah.
Who doesn't even admin his own account.
Right. So he ended up saying basically that, well, first of all, a lot of these things he found on the internet that were already cropped out.
Yeah, sure he did.
And that also, like you said, I think the internet, that's just the nature of the internet, whatever. And that he completely denies his crew and himself ever taking out a credit, and he's all about crediting people and giving people the credit that they deserve. And that's why now he's going back and going through all of his things and crediting people.
Well, yeah, now, if you want to try to go back now and try to disprove him,
you got to save face.
Difficult now, but of course. But I followed that page for a while, and after I learned like all this stuff, I unfollowed it. But yeah, he never credited anybody. Yeah. I watched it. He never credited anybody. I seen it. Fucking asshole.
On that note.
Yeah. I'm going to have... I hope Michael Ian Black sees this.
He's one of the comedians that was going up against...
Yeah, he always does. He's always... Whenever something like this crops up, you always see Michael Ian Black's Twitter handle on something. He's always in there. It's like him and Patton Oswalt.
Yeah.
You always see them. They're always commenting on whatever is big, and the Newsweek and like BuzzFeed, they always like, Patton Oswalt, he ripped this politician apart.
It's good.
And it's always like, that's pretty funny. But it was not. I've never, other than, I forgot. There was one time where he had like this long thing. It was like 80 tweets about something. I forgot what it was. But that was the only time where I was like, yeah, Pat, you get him.
You get him.
Other than that, I was just like, he's just a comedian, just doing what other comedians do. I don't know why people fall over themselves about Patton Oswalt. Have you seen a Patton Oswalt stand up in a while?
Not in a while.
Not that.
I've seen an old one.
Yeah.
Not that.
I think he's funny.
I like Patton Oswalt. I don't think he's like.
I like his Star Wars filibuster.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the things that people always are like, this guy.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like these comedians that we're talking about are all comedians. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Michael Ian Black or Patton Oswalt, but I respect them.
Yeah, me
too.
I
feel like they are craftsmen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
anybody, even like bad comedians, I give.
Yeah, if you go out there and do it, I mean,
going on stage and even bombing, man, that's gotta be.
Oof.
I can't
imagine. What do you do at the end of that night? You just go home and sleep,
drink,
cry about
drink
it,
heavily, cry, try not to think about it.
That stink has to
think
follow
about it a
you.
lot.
That stink has to follow you for the next 2 weeks.
Well, I mean, every comedian that I've ever listened to on a podcast or in a documentary or in an interview, they always say like, you had to bomb, you have to bomb to move forward, to understand like what works and what doesn't. Except for Jerry Seinfeld, I'm pretty sure he said he's never bombed before.
But there's a reason why all these comedians are at least 30. They spent the first half of their life like not doing very well.
Mark Maron, he didn't start stand up until he was 24.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That he didn't even start till he's 24. That's
Yeah.
insane. Like,
Yeah.
most guys are starting around 18, some even younger than that, like 16, 17.
Yeah, I mean, comedy's a lot like music. So,
Yeah.
I mean, some people I feel are just born for it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter when you start, really. It's like
Maybe-
you just
maybe.
hone what you have.
Like, I don't know if you guys listen to Sinbad on the WTF podcast.
Yeah. Yeah.
But his stuff is really because he apparently he never wrote bits. He just kind of went on stage and just riffed for an hour.
Yeah.
Can you imagine just
talking.
with nothing,
Yeah.
just riffing for an hour?
That sounds terrifying.
We can't even fucking riff for 20 minutes. We can't even get from one subject to the next without trying
This has
to.
been the One Beer podcast.
So
Yeah.
all in all, yeah, fuck the fat Jewish,
Yeah. I agree with that.
Whoa.
right?
Whoa.
All of them?
Oh.
All of them? Yes, all of them. All of him. All of him. All right. This has been the One Baron podcast.
Oh, has it?
It has. Are you?
I thought we had more to talk about.
You got more to talk about?
Well, the whole Ashley Madison thing.
Oh.
Well, while we're on the subject of the internet and depressing stories.
Could we just like cut me trying to like throw out of it then?
No, you're making it worse, Marco.
Sorry.
Just keep
Stop
rolling.
it.
Okay.
This
Breaking the
thing's gonna
fourth
follow
wall.
you for a couple weeks.
Why did I try to end it?
You're bombing.
Oh God! Why did I try to end it? Yeah. Let's talk about it then.
Yeah.
All right.
Ashley Madison. They were hacked.
Don't know. Do you know what Ashley Madison is?
No, I have no idea what you guys are
Really?
talking about. Yeah.
Seriously.
Alright, cool. So let's
It's
talk
been all over the
let's
place.
just
Can
talk to
I-
Gavin
can I get
about
some
it.
of that?
No.
So Ashley Madison is a website that a married person signs up for so that they can cheat on their
Right.
spouse.
Yeah, I've heard of this.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know any hacking ordeal.
Right. So they got hacked. They released a couple million usernames.
Yeah.
Well, they threatened first.
They threatened it
they
for a while,
threatened to
yeah.
do it, and they said Ashley Madison, if you don't shut, or they were talking to the CEO. Excuse me, and he was saying if you don't shut down the website because it's immoral and blah blah blah, like hackers have any kind of moral stand on something, like you're like. Okay, we'll give background first, and then we'll give background on the Ashley Madison episode. So they,
I want to hear the Southern man do that.
No.
the
Don't do
Southern
it.
man has an account on Ashley Madison, but he doesn't know how to work it. So
Is
they
this the Tinder?
They told me, is this the Tinder? So they hacked the website. They told the CEO, you have to shut down the website or we will release all these names. And it's not just names; it's email addresses, it's credit card information, it's everything.
And I think they guaranteed anonymity.
Yep.
Yeah. That's the biggest thing about the website.
Yeah.
So he doesn't do it, obviously, and the hacker group releases the information. So now it's out there in the atmosphere, and you know you can. I guess there's like websites that are
Yeah.
kind of like you can go to
You
to
can
like
probably get the names.
yeah,
Yep.
go all the information and stuff. It's pretty. I mean, on the one hand, this is America, man. If you want to cheat on your spouse, go ahead and do it. It's not my business.
Yeah,
It's not against the law.
but
It kind of is actually.
but that's the thing. It's
Technically, you're not allowed to cheat.
Not, oh yeah, it's against the law.
Because it's a contract that you enter into when you marry somebody,
No, it's
and you're
illegal.
breaking the legally binding contract.
No, it's not even like a gray area. It's against the law.
That's what I know. That's what I'm saying. It's totally against the law to do that.
You mean you can't go to jail for it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
But
not.
you're like everything you're entitled to in your marriage is null and void.
Right, because
Yeah, you've
you're
broken
getting
the contract.
you're getting benefits for being married,
Yeah.
so therefore you can't break that bond. But I'm saying you can't put laws against morality, and that's what this is.
We can go down. That's a slippery slope because that's what people try to do all the time.
Well,
but
let's slide on down it.
politicians try to
Yeah.
do all the time.
I'm just kind of like, I don't feel bad for those people because they willingly fucked over a person that they could have easily just divorced.
But at the same time, do they deserve this? I don't think they do, because this could happen to anybody.
Yeah, I don't think we're allowed to
It's not
say
an eye
that they
for an
deserve
eye.
it.
Yeah, that's
I'm
not
gonna
right.
say they deserve it. I'm gonna say I don't
I
think.
mean, I
they-
guess you could say whatever you want. You're allowed to do whatever you want. So-
America.
Yeah, like
You cheat on your spouse if you want.
okay, so it's not like I'm gonna go and be like, oh look, Bob's cheating on his wife. It's like his wife is gonna be the one that says, is my husband on this list?
Right.
And then
Yeah.
I think she has every right to fucking know.
Oh, yeah.
Every right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he-
But you're not just fucking over one person. I guess that was my takeaway from it. Like, it sucks for the people on the other side that are looking at the list and they find a name that they know.
Yeah, like
Yep.
if all of us were married and we all found our wives on there, we would be on a completely different side of this argument
Yeah.
right now. And
Yep.
that's why it's like,
Not
it's
me.
one of those, you wouldn't be mad.
Would I be mad?
You would
no,
be like,
I don't
"Thank
think
goodness."
I don't think that they should have released the information on this website. I'm on that side of the cheaters.
Oh, I thought the hackers released it.
The hackers did, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not on the hackers side.
No.
I'm on the cheater
No, I'm
side.
not saying that I think they should have done it.
Don't hear that
As,
very
yeah, as
often.
horrible as that sounds.
Yeah, like,
can we
I'm
get a just a soundbite of that?
I'm not on the
I'm on the
hackers
cheater
side.
side.
I'm just also not on, like, I'm not in favor of saying I think your privacy should have been protected because they entered into an agreement with a company, not like a federal organization or state organization. Like,
Yeah.
they just trusted a company.
Right.
I don't trust Target anymore.
But
that'd be my own fault if I.
They
listened.
entered into this agreement thinking that their information would be anonymous,
and
and
their
that.
husbands or wives entered into an
And
agreement
it's
thinking that they would
But
be
that's
faithful.
but that's not our business.
Yeah.
None of this
That's
is our
apples and
business.
oranges. That's
This kind of
apples and
stuff
oranges.
shouldn't be. This isn't something that we should be arguing over as far as like. I mean, we can argue the morality of it, but as far as like the husband who's cheating on his wife, it's not like we're in a position to be like, well, he shouldn't have been doing it. So fuck him,
But the
because you know.
And I don't know the hackers' intentions, but I don't think they released it to shame them publicly. I
Oh,
think
no,
they
that's why they
released
did it.
so that the significant others would find out.
No, they did it to shame them. They did it. That was like their point. They wanted the CEO to shut the website down because they felt that it was immoral to have an organization or a company like this, to have a guy profiting off of this kind of stuff.
I mean, it is kind of disgraceful.
Yeah, I
It's
guess.
just kind of a scummy thing to do.
It's still against the law to hack and put out these people's information because I just saw a headline of this article and it makes sense to me. This information can lead to people potentially being killed.
Sure.
You know,
Yeah.
like it's not a game.
And robbed
Yeah.
because they released their credit card
But no,
information.
that's like saying that's the problem is that, okay, had that person not cheated, they wouldn't have the problem. So you can't blame the repercussions on. I mean, you can.
You absolutely
but
can.
If it's murder, if it's murder, you hold them accountable for murder. But you don't hold the consequences of someone's action on the person that perpetrates the consequences. You hold the consequences of the person that brought those consequences upon themselves.
But isn't that like saying if I'm going to buy some weed and I get shot in the process, I deserve to get shot?
No, you don't deserve to get shot, but you walked into that transaction knowing full well that you were
You
doing
might get
something that
shot.
could get you killed.
You could
Right,
get shot.
but it's still against the law, and therefore, by the law,
Yeah.
And it's against the law to buy weed.
it is. But
Right.
It's
we're
against the law
still
to cheat on your spouse.
But you're
we're still going to prosecute the guy that is
Yes.
shooting
shooter.
me.
Yeah. If they have a way to prosecute the hackers, they should.
Yeah, and that's what they're trying to do now.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
obviously, it's hard to find them.
I
Yeah.
don't find any pity for the people that are cheating. I think I can
Oh.
empathize with them having a plan and trust with a private company that fell through. But that's what happens when you put your personal information in the hands of another. And on top of that, it's stuff that you know full well you shouldn't be doing, or else you wouldn't have even put any faith into that privacy.
I guess. I'm really surprised that it took this long for a website like this to crop up. As soon as the internet was started, you would think there'd be an Ashley Madison.
Well, I
Been
mean,
around for a few years.
not only that, but people just do that in chat rooms. I'm sure in the
Yeah.
past.
Right.
Yeah.
So now they've got a fat Jewish to get it all together.
Yeah, pretty much they curate all the scumbags and,
Right.
and scumbags
And you could just
who
go
want to
through,
cheat on
and it's
everybody.
like Tinder, just swiping to find who am I going to cheat on my spouse with next. It is messed up. It's
Yeah.
definitely a messed up endeavor.
Right.
I do not though blame the CEO as far as like I mean I don't commend him, that's a strong word, but I am impressed with his business acumen to say there's 50 million people who are going to do this, I'm going to make money off of it.
Yeah.
So I mean
America.
If you build it, they will come.
Yeah, exactly. That's all.
How did you spell that?
yeah, it's I don't know, it's
It's the One Beer and Podcast.
It's the One Beer podcast. Yeah. I don't know. It's messed up.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it happens. What happens from here? Because I'm just afraid that if this can happen, then I just see this being a possibility for any other service. So if Amazon ever gets hacked, well,
Yeah, well,
fucking game over.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And I think that's maybe what other people are saying is like the precedent that's set here with hacker groups just going after any website they want and then just releasing all this information. Like when they do the whole
Anonymous.
Yeah, anonymous, when they do that shit, and when they release all those nude pictures, the fappening.
Oh yeah, the fappening.
When that happened, and it was just like, well, they deserve it. Why? Because they took nude photos and sent them to their significant other. They deserve to be shamed publicly.
Yeah, whores.
It's like, it was fucked up. Which this isn't the same thing, obviously. These people are doing something that is morally, quote-unquote, wrong.
Some people call taking naked pictures and sending them to people morally wrong, too.
Right.
I think that's awesome.
That's completely different.
I think it's awesome, too.
I don't think it's completely
It's
different.
completely different.
I don't think so.
Yeah. it is.
Why?
Because one is binding. Like one you actually signed on the line. And the
Okay, but
reason-
that's not morally, that's legally.
So-
That's a different argument.
No, because I see what you're saying. But with the pictures, like there's no intermediary between me if I want to send my naked pictures to Adam.
Yeah, right.
I don't
wish
have to
you would.
go to a company and say, here, these are the pictures I'm sending to Adam. You protect them.
But you kind of do, though. Because you have to go
So-
through your texting service, right? The cloud, however you want to store that and then
Right.
send it to the person.
They
so you
were-
are trusting that third party.
They were taken from iCloud.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
unless you
trust
physically
iCloud.
hand Adam photos of your naked body.
Which he's done before.
And there's definitely like these blurring lines that I would be more reluctant to side with. But
Wish there were
at the
more
end of the
blurred
day,
lines on those photos.
I guess at the end of the day, for me, when it comes down to just not saying whether it's right or wrong, but whether I am going to empathize with someone, morality does come into play. And I don't think there's anything wrong with sending nude pictures of yourself to your significant other. I think there's a huge thing wrong when you have to literally go out of your way to make sure you can cheat on your wife.
Okay, but what do you say to the person who thinks they're on the same ground? Because there's a lot of people who view them equally as immoral. They're both immoral things, whether one is weighed more than the other, they're both wrong. So
I
they're
don't think
both
there's
looked at on the same level.
I don't think there's. I just don't know how you can make the argument that sending naked pictures to your significant.
Because it's disgusting!
Well, then go back to
What's the
church.
matter with you?
Go back to church.
Wear some clothes.
Jesus! It's gross! Titties all out,
I like
Vagina.
boobs. I like boobs.
dick swanging. What's wrong with you, boy?
Your wiener part. There he is. There he is.
Can we give him a name?
God damn it.
I feel like Jeff's too easy.
Is
Yeah.
Marcus? Marcus?
Marcus?
Maybe a M type name. Mordecai?
What do we
Mordecai?
Mordecai? That's my Republican. He's coming out. Because I don't like where this conversation's going, boy.
Whoa.
Alright? Sorry. Boy, it was too
Now he's a
much.
black Southern man.
Now he's a black Southern man.
Just to
Right, kinda
get some
rev-
facts in here.
Alright.
According to Dale Bernstein Law,
Who the fuck?
the question is cheating illegal in Florida? Believe it or not, yes, it is illegal in Florida to cheat on your spouse. Florida law provides that adultery is a second-degree misdemeanor and punishable by law. However, as you can imagine, although that law is still on the books, it's not enforced. Many people have cheated on their spouses in Florida, including Tiger Woods, and have not been
Thanks for that tidbit.
and have not been convicted of crime. So I think the only thing that cheating...
Is it a fine? Is it jail time?
It's in some states, fine and jail time are two things that they can enforce on you. But I think the main thing is that it can mess up your divorce. So
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, in Tiger Woods' case,
Yeah.
he lost like what, $500 million? I mean, she took
alimony and all that. So
and we can. That's another slippery slope. She wasn't shooting with him in the gym, man. That's all I'm gonna say. She was not in the gym shooting those free throws
God.
with Tiger Woods.
How's that related to?
Cause
I
you
don't
want me to
get,
break it down?
I don't get the correlation.
Kobe Bryant was going through a divorce with his wife. And Drake had a verse on a Rick Ross song.
I got that. I know that.
Right.
I got that.
So then he had that line.
Yeah,
that
but
she
who is it
wanted
written
me
by?
shooting in the gym. Oh, that's a good question. I think probably maybe Drake.
That's
I don't know.
I'm just kidding, Drake.
Anyway, this has been the One Baron
If
Podcast.
you're
My
listening.
name is Marco Dupa. That is Sports with Dave Romero. That right there is Adam Obesi's Rodriguez.
So you're bombing again.
I like
That
unicorns.
right there is why.
Don't you want to know how the beer was?
Oh, no. That's Gavin.
Weiser,
That's Gavin better.
Just say the name one
Really
time.
quickly. Meisel, Heibel, Weisel, Weisel.
Okay.
What do you think? Real quick.
4.5.
4.
5 out of 3 hot dogs.
5 out of what?
Good night, everybody.
5 out of 6.